Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studio for this website. And we're gonna be searching for monster trucks inside of Comic Studio, but there aren't more trucks like regularly or some kind of Holland stuff over here. So we're gonna be doing for some trucks, but I cannot actually going to be this time as well that we're gonna be looking around here for this one. So this is not going to get around here. It was sounds like the trucks as well. So say trucks, but unfortunately that doesn't actually make any sense around here. I'm so close that we're going to be getting around here, and I would probably seeing such as Thomas and Friends. So it's way back in a little bit for one thing as well. I have just better seen for some kind of trucks as well. So let's move on to the studios, and I'm probably sure this isn't going to get around here. So this is the KLT Truck Jam comic studio, and I'm not very sure. This is totally a little bit fake, or whenever it is not going to get around here. So I'll be copying and paste for something else. Oh gosh, I'm going to be edit a little bit for around here. So I'm not going to be exposing for myself, but exactly we're going to be find something in studio crossovers. We're going to be searching for Monster Truck Comic Studio, but that doesn't actually going to be making a little bit of sense around here. So here it is, Monster Truck Comic Studio, but instead around here for these times, I couldn't believe that we wouldn't actually going to try to find here, and that says truck. And probably truck haulers doesn't mean to exist, and I'm probably not sure. So one of the comic studios was underrated and can't be found for this long time, and I bet they're gonna be using for this monster truck comic studio, so I better gonna be checking this out as well. So except for this, so I'll be putting it around here, and here is the monster truck comic studio around here. So this front could be exactly from anyways from exactly as well. So this is not gonna be this official comic creator as well, but I'm not very sure. Some of these monster trucks were built for competition, for style, and battles against something as well. Even for all, it was being run by Monster Jam since back in 1980s or 2000s. So I wouldn't believe so one of these monster trucks is gonna be found something really iconic and not anything around here for this time as well. So the fronts are gonna be impact, and looks like it's not gonna be getting around for this thing as well. Built by Dipperbrony Pines 98. It was note to the new owner that could be maintained by Paver. And remember, always credit Dipper Pines 98 on the internet, since that where its sprites are directly sourced from. So these images from Monster Jam that were captured on photos, and they absolutely becoming like a Photoshop reference. And the independent trucks around here for these things, I wasn't actually gonna be trying to say around here. So let's start absolutely going to be for the Gravedigger over here, which is actually probably iconic. I remember this kind of monster truck that I have already seen for the first time, as we could see on the animation that the animation video was probably taken down in a few years ago. It was totally over a decade as well. I have seen this from the TV that could be from Max D. So the El Toro logo over here that I just already saw that in the game. If I probably didn't know around of this monster truck, I have probably remembered this monster truck that I ever known. And right next into this, not in game, is the Thunder Rarus. What on earth is this? A Robo Monster Truck Dinosaur? The JCB Big Turun, Lucas Stabilizer, Monster Mutt, Earth Shaker, Sparkle Smash, that I probably found out on the game in Dealership Tycoon. And there must be Mohawk Mower or Mohawk Warrior, since I have already seen around on the internet or the television series. I have seen this, that the Dragon Truck, that I just already seen this from McDonald's, and Classroom Crusher, that definitely look like Mrs. Fritter. The Independence trucks could be only the Kraken. I'm probably very sure that I didn't mention to see this like anything around here for these. All total of monster trucks were not the same like these things as well, so they were built for the competition or something like that. So I'm probably not very sure I would be able to be added for something like this. And because only the monster trucks and there's no assets like anything around it goes. How underrated for these things are made by something as well for another knockoff is maintained by Toby Truck 01. But two comic creators were both built by Master Builder Fans 12. I cannot believe these three of these underrated of the comic creators that they're remade for something like that. And there is available for user comics, but this is going to be getting around here for a lot of deserves that I just probably totally found on the internet. So looks like this is actually going to be for some sort of the monster trucks. 12 comics around here, 12 comic posts, and then all the way to get a little bit crazy as well. So this is absolutely, that was probably look like Monster Jam around here for this one. So this is actually the first post, is the MTCS version 1. So starting with up for monster trucks like themselves, even for this first comic post on January 20th of 2024, since before I start to looking up for a comic studio that I just made around for the cutscenes. I think I underestimated the front size. Anyways, the Monster Truck Comic Studio is back. This studio uses one each truck. It's the first batch of trucks. I wonder if this is actually going to be for some sort of like anything around here for this time. So, he was the studio creator, or I'm probably sure that we're not going to be able to be checking this out for a username as well to be shouting out. So, this is absolutely started around here for this one. And we're going to be head out to the latest comic creators. And this is absolutely the last post since April 18, 2025. So, the last one of these videos, or these comic posts, that eventually this is actually going to be one of them as well for their famous trucks. With the device new body debuting for a little bit for one here, it was the same description around here for this thing as well, that including add in the truck's logo over here. There's no comments around here, and probably that was anything around as well. So let's see around for the most top rated as well. The Californian Hurricane Police that posted on February 5th of 2024, since before I started looking up to. So, I wouldn't believe this is going to be taking one thing that would be able to become a PNG photo for this one. It's 3D trucks. What is this? Oh gosh, they're added Cookie Run characters around here for this one. And especially like these are crazy things about these monster trucks or whatever it does. Alright, as we're gonna be checking this out for the profile, I wonder this isn't going to be like anywhere it does to do this as well. His last post around here is a few moments ago, for a few hours ago for this, just like that. So, let's see like anything around here for this one. But I'm certainly not sure how I totally exposed for his profile. So, as you can look at this as well. So, this is absolutely for two teams as well, between one of the Cookie Run characters, such as Shining Glitter Cookie and Black Lemonade Cookie, and Team Sataima, or like anything, is Saitama. And probably the Team Genos, that the cookies were Pitaya Dragon Cookie and Golden Cheese Cookie. But I'm probably sure this is actually a little bit confusing. If you, however, seen this comic like this, that however, what do you think around here for this one? That you probably seen this. This is not my comic creator. It was owned by someone's comic creator known as this. And that could be for one thing that I wouldn't able to be resisted for something like else. So, that was it. Well, that was everything for the user comics around here for this one. And before we get to the end of this video, I have took 1 hour and a half to edit something like this, whenever it does. And so on, that is absolutely going to be for this guy, could be the Mohawk Warrior is going to destroy the Japanese cars like the South Asian exports be on its way. But I'm not sure that I just completely added a Nissan Altima right over here, just right to get crushed by this monster truck over here. And then I wouldn't able to put the Yaris sedan over here and the 4Runner Jr. right behind him as well. And especially the Scion is going to be right over here, one of their crowds. So for some kind of the freestyle, it was probably during the freestyle over here, so this is that where we brought from McDonald's, and I added Pixar Cars characters over here, and especially like this, such as me and Tia over here for this one female of this Dynaco one, and there's Fred over here right next to them as well. And as you can see, this is where we already bought two trucks in McDonald's years ago for the such as this thing as well. I believe this is not going to be to do this as well. For the boys, that I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for like this until destroyed, that I cannot believe that I should not actually going to get around here for this one. So this is not what I just not going to do this as well. So that was probably the end of this video over here, but not last at least, I have put around here for one of the characters from Pizza Tower, including the noise. There's Peppino over here that I just added right there on this one, and especially for this guy, the Wick Deck man, that I'm not actually going to be on Shure. So I didn't absolutely pressing that button because it's definitely not working at all. And as always, that is Mr. Stick. And one of the guys could be Pizza Zonas, could be for one of the guys like themselves. And the Pizza Head, or like this guy, like probably for sure. There is the Pepper Man, except this guy as well. This is the noise, and that's all. The link is going to be in the description around here, and the Classroom Crusher versus Mrs. Fritter, that we covered it with Pizza Face over here. So that must be right next to the Snapdragon, or this Dragon monster truck over here for this one. The link is going to be in the description below, and thanks for watching around here. So I'll be see you mini lads and racing fans all later around here, and especially for Comic Studio users. And I'll be signing off, I guess.